about flat earth for a moment. When people think about flat earth, they think of a disc floating around in space. But see, flat earthers do not believe in space altogether. So let's cut space out completely, because Genesis chapter 1 says that God divided the water from the water, that means that there's water above us and there's water below us. Genesis chapter 1 also says that God created a firmament. A firmament is a glass dome. And he put the sun, the moon, and the stars within this firmament. And the sun and the moon circle around in the firmament. Right on the other side of that firmament is God. There is no getting out of this earth. There is a Hebrew model of the earth. You can see it right here. I'll show you. This is what they believed before NASA was founded in July 29, 1958. They believed this for thousands of years until NASA came along and changed everything. NASA's logo is a serpent's tongue. According to the Bible, the earth is unmovable. The earth stays still. It does not move. There's a story in the book of Joshua that talks about how the sun and the moon were stopped for a whole day. So according to the Bible, the sun and the moon go in circles inside of the firmament right above us. Water is contained. Can you imagine putting water inside of a ball and spin it? Wouldn't the water come gushing out? Think about it for a moment. Water is contained. We have a ice wall surrounding the earth. Okay? A flat plane. It is a circle, but it's not a ball. If you believe in flat earth and what the Bible says, then you know that God is right above us. God is closer than people make him out to be. NASA tries to tell us that there is no God. What NASA does, it deceives us into thinking that there's this space and that we can actually come out of this planet and sit on the moon. This is all lies. And we cannot come out of this glass dome. When Satan took Jesus to a very high mountain and told him to bow down to him and he would give him all this, showed him the kingdoms of the world and their glory. How is Jesus going to see all the kingdoms of the world on a high mountain if it's a spinning ball? And the Bible talks about the four corners of the earth. We are in a flat plane. Flat earth lines up with what the Bible says. NASA's view does not. NASA is lying. NASA is deceiving the whole world. All they are trying to do is take us farther away from God, make us think that there is no God, and trying to get us to believe in this Big Bang theory, making so many people into atheists, when all along God is right above us. He opens the windows of heaven. He is right above us. He makes the earth his footstool. We are like grasshoppers to him. And there are no planets. They're all stars. Right before Jesus cracks open the sky and returns with the clouds, he mentions that the sun will be darkened, the moon will not give its light, and he says the stars will fall to the earth. Now please make it make sense. If the earth is a small, tiny ball spinning in space, and the stars are like huge compared to the earth, how are these stars going to fall to the earth? The only way that the stars are going to fall to the earth, like fig trees who cast their untimely figs, is if they're in the firmament and they're smaller than the earth. NASA was founded around a time when we were not yet introduced to all this technology that we know of today, it was easy for them to use this technology to convince us of what the earth looks like, and to convince us that they went to the moon when in fact they didn't, when in fact they were probably just trying to break the firmament each mission. And now when we look back, we can see that they used predictive programming all in the movies. Now, I'm not telling you that you have to be a flat earth believer. I'm not. All I'm saying is do your research. Go back to Genesis chapter 1, read the whole thing, and then go and compare it to what NASA tells us to believe, and see for yourself, and you decide what to believe. I know it sounds crazy. It sounds crazy to just believe something other than what we've been programmed to believe all these decades.
This is the map they are referring to. The one with the magnetic mountain in the middle. Magnetite. It pulls your compass needle to the center. That's how everything in reality works. That's how navigation works. Everything is built and designed based on this. Now, if we take our iron filings with our map that he's referring to from Mercator, which is a very detailed map of the center, and I'm going to actually include an even older map just right after this point that I'm making. See how the lines of longitude align with the compass needle? Because it's the magnetic field line of the magnetic mountain in the center of the very detailed map that every culture, civilization, religion, cosmology, cosmogony, everything for all of recorded history refers to the navel of Earth, Mount Meru. The Buddhists called it something, the Hindus called it something. Every culture, everybody refers to this. This is the black square at Mecca. You are circling this mountain. Now let's check out an even older map, about 10 years or so. This map has been put onto a globe because they say that the flat map is a somehow projected globe or whatever nonsense. So first, let's check out the North Pole, because that's what we're talking about, the magnetic North Pole, the thing that never fucking moves. I don't care what anybody says. Geographic north is arbitrary nonsense, and you know that by your compass telling you where you are by two fixed points that you can visually see, and you don't use geographic north to determine your position. It's an add-on, just like I was saying with the Cartesian coordinates and polar coordinates in the other video. But strange, look how much land is up here at the center. Oh, weird, it resembles the other map quite a bit, doesn't it? Now, let's flip it over to the Antarctica, which doesn't exist at the bottom of the ball, because this is what happens when you put a flat map on a fucking ball. It does not work. 1,000,000%, we do not live on a floating rock in nothingness, created from an explosion of nothingness, held together by pseudo-fictitious forces.
What could be so large in the North Pole, where they say it's all water, that literally interferes with the jet stream? Before we start, this is all speculation. There's no facts, just words. Let me show you something. After that, we'll talk.
North Pole update check, which happened. And they found that there was this dot here in the North Pole, which was causing this effect happening here. And it was literally affecting the jet stream. This huge solid object was preventing the winds itself from travelling over thousands of miles here over, I think this is Greenland? Yeah. I mean, this dot here right in the centre of the Earth, from a northern pole perspective, had changed the jet stream. So the warm air was no longer coming here to the south over America, causing an extreme dip in temperatures while this anomaly was happening. Bizarre. Something was messing with the jet stream in the North Pole.
Again, when you go on Google Earth, it literally just shows an empty ocean, but older maps don't show that. But before we get to that, why don't we ask why in the 60s there's a picture actually taken of this area and it's all blacked out. So this is the 1595 Mercator map. Obviously they knew something. They have Asia up here, they have Russia down here, United States over here, and Greenland. And look how close Greenland is. But what are these 3 or 4 bodies of land right here? And in between, there's a giant mountain that they say is magnetic. Like, you know, magnetic north. And funny enough, that seems to be where all this color always comes from. You know, the North Pole. If you want to know my opinion, I believe this is where the Garden of Eden is. The reason being is because God said it's still on this earth. He never removed Eden from the earth. He removed Adam and Eve from the Garden of Eden. And furthermore, he's guarding the Garden of Eden with a flaming sword and angels. Obviously, our modern day is crap. I believe this one.
Modern science would like for you to believe that this is a boat that has sailed over the curve and it's now on the other side of the horizon. This is a video I did of a boat being zoomed out back over the horizon, and watch it disappear bottom up. Bottom's gone, middle's gone, top gone. And people are arguing saying that boat did not disappear bottom up when you zoomed out. That person was standing on the beach. And Sky Free on YouTube will give you a representation showing you that something going over the horizon or disappearing bottom up is an optical illusion. This is Sky Free's YouTube page. She's got a pencil sitting here at the end of the hallway, and they just open the door, and look at that. Just through temperature, it disappeared bottom up. Just like this boat, how it optically disappears bottom up. Let's watch this one more time in slow motion, and you tell me. Looks like bottom up to me. So when modern science argues a globe and says that this is how you know when you watch boats go over the horizon, just know that is an optical illusion. This is not a physical horizon, that's an apparent horizon. And optically, it looks like that boat's bottom is gone. But in all reality, it's not. Again, check out Sky Free on YouTube. It's all about refraction. They'll show you that refraction is actually in favor of the flat earthers, not the globe.
The world is definitely not ready to hear this, but there is no real picture of the Earth.
What do you mean?
Every picture that's been released that's on Google and or released from NASA is a 3D render. There's only 2 pictures the Earth claims to have in its vault. Let me show you them right now.
You're telling me that my iPhone 3G wallpaper isn't real?
That's the blue marble. The blue marble, as known from popular media and your iPhone 3, this claims to be an actual photo of the Earth from space.
It's claiming that?
You want me to show you the other one? The other one's hilarious. This is the real one, apparently.
What?
It's called the pale blue dot.
Who took that?
I've taken better pictures whenever my phone is in my pocket accidentally, bro. That's what this looks like.
Why do all these pictures look so fake?
If you go through Google, there's not a single one that looks even remotely real.
Don't we have pictures of other planets?
I don't think you're ready for that conversation, bro.
Saturn picture. Okay, that is deep. This is made with a PS2.
You're really not ready for that conversation, bro.
They're actually both separate and individual claims. So one's the claim that the Earth is round, and one is the claim that the Earth is flat. So if you're going to defend that the Earth is flat, then the burden of proof is on you.
No, it's like globe atheism.
There
We
are
just don't
millions
believe
of
in the
people
globe.
that
What?
It's globe atheism. We just don't believe in the globe. We don't think there's strong evidence for it.
Okay, so you guys aren't flat earthers.
No, we are, but that's just the flat is just the descriptor.
Okay, so
it's just what it obviously is.
Damn, what?
Like
No,
if you look around,
you have a whole.
so if,
No. You have a whole model. You can't.
So hold on,
You
before
can't weasel your way
hold
out.
on, I'm not going to weasel out of anything.
You have a whole model.
Let me explain exactly what the heck it is that I'm talking about. So if we agree that the curvature or supposed curvature of the Earth is not something that's obviously observable, that it's something that you have to actually extrapolate out. So What that means is that the Earth is obviously flat until you apply these mathematics, or until you get so far away that you can actually start seeing the curvature. Because it is obviously flat, that's why we call it flat Earth. It's just a descriptive property. We have not experienced this curvature that you all go on about.
So, in logic, when you say, therefore it is, that is the claim. So, if I don't make a claim, I don't say the Earth is round, I don't say the Earth is flat, I don't say the Earth is a basketball.
We aren't the ones that have put forward a whole program and that get $65 million a day to do this program. That's the one with the claim. We are challenging the existing claim that Earth is a ball.
Don't watch The Truman Show. Like, do not watch The Truman Show. If you like just living how you live it, don't watch this movie. I just got done watching this movie, and I don't trust nobody, and I'm going to tell you why. So basically, this show is following Truman, and he is the star of a show, but he don't know he is the star of a show. All his life, he has been just living a normal life with normal parents, going to a normal school, having a normal job. Little do he know, everybody around him are actors and actresses. Everybody around him is in on this show. And it's not until he started peeping little stuff that he started putting two and two together. And I feel like you could take that and go a step further. Whenever you think about people saying, oh, we're living in a simulation, this is what they're talking about right here. But while Truman was just living how he was living and going with the flow of the show, everything was good. Everything was like going right for him. It wasn't until he started questioning things and trying to break out that everything started going left. Now, here's some really cool things I saw in the movie. And some of these may be spoiler alerts, so just view at your own risk. First thing, the fact that we're all watching him and he's just being like his normal, goofy self. I know me, whenever I get out the shower, I be singing, I be just doing all type of random shit. Imagine behind your mirror is a camera. In a world of people is just watching you be goofy. His wife was just an actress. And imagine you arguing or getting into it with your significant other, and she just be like, oh, honey, you're having a moment. Let me make you some hot cocoa from this phenomenal cocoa line with no artificial flavors. And you're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? She didn't even like him for real. She was just happy to be the co-star. Like the girl he actually fell for, the producers got her up out of there, and she was trying to tell him, like, this is all fake. But then the dad came and was like, oh, she got schizophrenia. I know he was just, like, confused. But Truman really wanted to get to Fiji and just be an explorer. But it's crazy. Like, his life was never meant to be valued. His life was never meant to chase his dreams. You don't know how crazy that is to like be living and you got these dreams and aspirations, but it's already pre-planned for you not to experience them dreams. Like anytime like this is him going to the travel agent and this poster saying it could be, they were trying to scare him. They were trying to condition him. Like all the bad stuff that could happen is listed at this travel agency. And then the woman who was like, oh, I'm sorry to keep you waiting, walk in. She just left from the hair and makeup table. Like she wasn't expecting this. Like he had to take vitamin D supplement because he's not getting natural sunlight. That sun was just like a light projection. The moon was a ring light. And then Marlon, his friend, he was stacking the vending machine. He never even had candy to stack. He was just restacking the same stuff because he never had stuff to stack. And that scene where he was giving him that heartfelt message saying, if they're in on that, mean I'm in on it too. And I've been with you since I was a child. And the director just feeding him lines like, just trying to make this man seem like they're conditioning him to feel crazy. Even on his morning drive to work every day. Like for them saying, be a good driver and, it's nothing out there, like conditioning this man. Actors, actresses made sure to do their product placement, had a moment. It's just crazy to think about. Like, I don't trust nobody. I'm sure thinking like, damn, every time I go to the gym, I sure see the same people. Let me find out they queuing them in. As I was making this TikTok, my friend called me. I said, the director told you to call me? I'm telling my mom about it. She's like, I'm gonna have to check that out. I've been watching this soap opera. Have you seen? I'm like, girl, you trying to do a commercial? Don't watch the movie, because I already feel like people watching me in my day-to-day life. Like, this is adding to it.
It came in the mail, and y'all are opening it with me. Ooh. Smell it. Woo! Here we go.
The Flat Earth map dates back over 1,000 years. This map is credited to being created by a Persian astronomer. His name was Al-Biruni and he lived between 973 AD to 1048 AD. It's the official map of the United Nations and also the United States Geological Survey. It used to be present in many places before the creation of NASA and the Antarctic Treaty in 1959. Here you see it with Admiral Byrd. This map has been restored by Dmitry from Russia with suggestions of mine, Idialenkar. Known by my YouTube channel Flat Earth Banjo, I asked Dmitry to include the Bermuda Triangle and Point Nemo, a place deep in the Pacific where NASA buries rockets. Then Robert Tozzi, a professional mapmaker, came along and enhanced the map even more. There are many people now selling this map online, but if you could order it from my online store, I would greatly appreciate it. Visit my online store now and order one of the items. I humbly thank you.